Will Hollis, our reporter Will Hollis, because the Labour Party is looking to win back trust in those so-called red wall seats, and voters in constituency like Ashfield in Nottinghamshire, where Will is, turned to the Tories in the last general election. Well, Will is our East Midlands reporter, and he joins us now to talk to us. So you've been speaking to local business owners there. Are they fussed much about the Labour Party conference? Are they keen to hear what Keir Starmer has to say?
Yeah, well, people are going about their day. They're coming to the cafe here at Idlewell's Market in Sutton and Ashfield, in the biggest town in this Ashfield constituency. People are going about their day. They're not necessarily keeping up with it completely. They've got other things to do. But they are conscious of what they're going to be hearing from the Labour Party because, of course, this is an area where most people would have usually voted for the Labour Party because it's a mining community. But last time, in the last general election, 2019, 6,000 vote majority went towards the Conservative Party. So there's lots of people that have changed their votes, changed their mind. A couple of the people who are working here right now are Paige and Rachel. You work in shops right next to each other. Paige, you haven't changed your vote. You've decided to stick with the Labour Party. Why is the Labour Party still the right party for you to be voting for?
Because they have beliefs that I believe in. They put back into the community. They are passionate about their communities and local schools, and it's just they are everything that I believe in and my family believe in. They have morals.
The words that you said earlier were working class. This is a working class community. Yeah. Is Labour still a working class party in your mind?
Yes, very much so. Yes, they believe in. They just believe in the people, and they work for the people, and they believe in their people. So
you're pretty much convinced, so it doesn't really matter what happens at the Labour Party conference, you're probably going to stick with them. And what really matters is Rachel, because Rachel, you're a Conservative voter, and you've never voted for the Labour Party, but this might be the time that you would certainly consider it being the key word.
Yes, I've been a Tory supporter all my life, been brought up with a family from always voting Conservative, and in the earthquake of politics that's happened in this last week, it really makes you realise what's going to happen next. Is this a good thing for this country to go through so many changes, so many things happening with tax, national insurance, and you've just got to look around this area and people will not be really, they'll be just wondering about what's going to happen next. And we want people to continue to come shopping, we want people to continue to come and buy coffee and come to have a coffee and sit down and talk to people. If there's all this happening with the politics with the Tories, it does make me wonder, is there another alternative that we could be looking at? And I am afraid I might have to have a little reconsider.
Considering the options. We won't say that you might turn to the Labour Party, but we say that you might consider. One of the other parties is the Ashfield Independents. People vote for independence here. So people are certainly looking at different parties. It's not necessarily a place where people will always vote for the same party. If you were to vote for Labour, what would Labour really need to do? What would you need to hear from them in this Labour Party conference about energy, about the economy? What would convince you from being a lifelong Tory voter to being a first-time Labour voter?
Trust, stability, and making sure that there's continuation in the community, that we can rely on them for support and trust and credibility.
And you've got your neighbour here who's always voted Labour. You must speak to people all of the time who decided to turn from Labour. Do people feel that they're disassociated with just the Labour Party, or is it politics in general that people are disassociated with in Ashfield?
I think politics at the moment is a sore subject for a lot of people because they are just fed up of hearing on the news the tsunami of just everything that's happening at the moment. And I think just people just want to know how they're going to pay the next bill, who's going to help them, and if it can be a Labour government that's going to be more supportive, that's fantastic. I do hope the Tories can continue, but at the moment the economic tsunami that we're having, it just seems that a lot of people are getting a little bit fed up with politics in general.
Rachel and Paige, thank you so much. We'll come and get a coffee from you, we'll come and get a watch from you later, because I'm awful at telling the time. Just to give you an idea, this is the heart of Ashfield, but whether this could ever be a Labour heartland again, we will have to wait and see.